Hello, hello. How is everybody doing? Excuse me. Oh, I know. It's against the law now. Everybody has to have it. That was just for example. You figure we took a turn for the worse? No, we're all right. I'm pretty much over the respiratory thing. Angela's more or less over it. She's just got the residual clearing out the gunk. No, the only reason we weren't on Tuesday was because my insomnia kicked in really bad, so I didn't get to sleep that day until like almost noon, and I'd been up for like 30 something hours. Angela is here tonight. She's just in the living room right now. I'm sure she'll pop in and say hello. Will do. So hopefully we'll get a couple more people in here soon. I'm showing 5 on my end. But here shortly, regardless however many people we've got, we gotta get this thing going. Richard, you'll probably be happy tonight, because I know you like the old U.S. large cents. I've got a bunch of them tonight. And only one of them went in pre-sale, so most of them are still available. And it was the one I was worried wasn't going to sell. Yeah, it's tough to see the difference if you don't know what you're looking for. But it's basically just the indent on the top of the head is more pronounced. That's about it. But yeah, I'll point it out when we get to it. Plus I got a few extra items tonight that weren't on the list. Showing 6 people on now. The only thing acting up on mine is just the emojis icon for hitting like likes and stuff is blank. Other than that, it's working fine. Gotta love that technology. It's like the old saying goes from back in my IT days. The more advanced the technology, the more advanced the problem. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get the beginning stuff out of the way. For anybody new, payments made via PayPal. Use cheapskatecoins@gmail.com and use goods and services only, please. We also have Cash App using the same email, cheapskatecoins@gmail.com. If you use Cash App, it will say Louis Kachera. That's me. You are in the right place. Shipping is $6 to $23. $6 being the little purple bubble mailer, $23 being a large flat rate box. If you want your package sent sent registered, it is an additional $35 charge on top of that. It's the only way you can insure coins all the way through the mail. If you're new, you can't get stuff tonight. You just have to send us an email by the end of the night. And the email has to have your shipping info, personal info, your channel name, which payment method you're going to use, and what email you use for that payment method for invoicing purposes. If we don't get the email by the end of the night, you will not get anything, and we never ship without payment. Here is our Facebook link. If you're on Facebook, go and give us a look. Follow us on there. We put the lot list on there. Every day we have a sale, it will be the top post on the page. We also have a mailing list. If you want to be on the mailing list, shoot me an email, cheapskatecoins@gmail.com, and say add me to the mailing list. If you're on the mailing list, you will get the lot list a few days before every sale, and you have the ability to pre-purchase items as soon as you get that email. Keep in mind, it is all first come, first serve, just like during the sales. So if you want something, don't wait, jump on it. Also keep in mind, you do have to pay for your pre-purchases by the evening before the sale, unless you make prior arrangements with us first. How many people is it showing on your side? I'm showing 5. Yep, showing 4 now. Where's everybody? You see chat's working now. Yeah, that's always good. Certainly helpful. Ready to go tell your friends to get over here. All right, so I'm gonna be on Saturday. I'm gonna finally start the penny box, doing the roll hunting through the penny box. I got getting sick back me up on that one. But it is still here. It is still sealed. Right there. That is the item that I'm going to do for the giveaway. You guys did have 1 sellout last month, so I will be giving 1 item away. And tonight will be your first chance to get a sellout towards this month. And then, of course, the standard giveaway for everybody who got something. I don't know what I'm going to do for that yet, but I'll figure it out. Ooh, actually, I think I do know what I'm going to do. I think I know what I'm going to do. How many other channels do you guys know that give away a bunch of stuff just for buying stuff? Hey, MJ. None. Now imagine if you guys all help us get a bunch more people in here. And we get to the point where we're selling out every single week. Imagine what the giveaways would be like. We get enough people up in here and we get enough. You don't need to worry about competition. I will always have enough stuff to make sure everybody gets stuff. Like I said, I have had one time that we sent out the lot list. It completely sold out in pre-sale. So I sent out a second one, and it completely sold out in pre-sale. So I sent out a third one, and the third one we sold like half of it. So I added a bunch more stuff by the time we finally got to the stream. I will always make sure there's stuff. Don't worry about competition. Plus, which if there's anything you really want, you can get it in pre-sale. You can email me directly and be like, hey, I want this. Obviously, if it's a big dollar item, then it's going to be, you know, you'd have to pay me first to go get it. Because I don't have the capital to go and get like $1,000 coin. I mean, I can get $120,000 coins. You just got to have the money to give me up front to go do it. There are definitely perks of being friends with Rick Snow. His most expensive coin in his shop right now is, I think it's like $186,000 coin or something like that. I don't know how you guys do this on cell phones. That boggles my mind. I do not get that. For those of you that have never seen when I show it, for the setup that I have for being able to do this stream, the computer it's a good computer. It's just getting too old to continue to do it. Because as technology increases, you need to increase your system to be able to handle it. I've got dual 32-inch monitors so that I can have, YouTube and stuff on one side, and then on the other side, I've got the lot list, I've got OBS, I've got all the cameras. I'm running one, two. When the other camera works, I'm running 3 cameras. Right now, I still can't figure out why the third camera, the one that normally would be up in the corner looking at me, I still can't figure out why it's not working anymore. But hopefully once we have enough money to replace this computer, which we're slowly saving up for, hopefully that'll be fixed. I've got 3 hard drives. I've got a USB hub that has, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 standard slots and a charging slot for phones. All but one of the slots is always used. The one slot that's open is left open for when we're using thumb drives. I don't understand how you guys can do this stuff on cell phones. So hats off to you guys that have figured out how to do it on that tiny little thing. A laptop's at least still a computer. At least you still have the full YouTube screen with the chat next to it and all that. These guys that are doing cell phones, they have to have the chat separately, so they have to keep switching back and forth. It's crazy. All right, let me do one thing real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and get started, because it's, we're already 37 minutes in, so. Which I should have been doing this while I was chatting with you guys. All right. Got that on there now. All right, let's see if we can get a sellout tonight. Get your first sellout of the month. That'd be awesome. Start working towards your next giveaway. Oh, what I was going to say when I was talking about that is we get enough people up in here that we're doing enough sellouts. We can start legit looking into, like, gold being in those sellouts. Or in those giveaways. I think it'd be awesome to give away gold. I'm sure you guys agree. Alright, so these are extra. These were not on the lot list. But I figured I would throw them out there in case anybody wants them. So the first one is a 1935 $1 silver note. Going for $3. Series F. Anybody at $3? 1935. Just out of curiosity, does anybody out there know what the 6500 is for? Or is it like, what does that actually say? Is it 6500 or is it like something else? The plate number? Oh, that would make sense. I want to make sure that's actually what that says. Where'd it go? There it is. Focus. Wrong way. Yeah, so what this says, 6500. Makes me wonder if there's a hiding number on the front I've never seen before. Because that's a plate number. Wouldn't you figure the plate number for the front would be on there too? I don't know. But anyway, last call for this one. Anybody want it? $3? Oh, there is, right there. $6,495. So I guess that's the plate number for the front. All right. Moving on, and then we've also got 8 of the 1957s at $3 each. And I just realized the little letter on the front is up here too. H777. Cool. And then out there is H1. B2. Interesting. Position on the plate. That makes sense. So that's kind of cool. The old notes had the plate number and where on the plate it was. That's kind of neat. We all just learned something. Woohoo! Knowledge. So nobody wants any of these? All right. If anybody decides you do want them, let me know. On to our normally scheduled items. 13 steps in the pyramid, 13 olive branches, 13 arrows, 13 stars, 13 pearls. Yeah, wasn't that one of the points they made in the Da Vinci Code? Was that was part of the code? All right, kicking off with world banknotes as always. First one up is 2000 to 2016 1,000 rupiah from Indonesia, uncirculated, for $2. Well, yeah, you can only have one all-seeing eye. It'd be weird if it had two, because then it'd be looking at you. And then what was the note that if you fold it up just right, it basically creates the Twin Towers with the smoke coming out exactly where the planes hit. So people were like, oh, that proves it. And it's like, no, that doesn't. Go into Doug. That just proves that somebody realized something that happened to coincide. How you doing tonight, Kelly? We're just getting going. That was the first lot. Other than the extra banknotes, the $1 silver notes that nobody wanted. We got one 1935 and 8 1957s at $3 each if you wanted any of those. All of them are still available. Just got out of the hospital. Hopefully you're okay. Get healthy. Next up, 1985 kwacha from Zambia. Uncirculated note. Going for $2. And it was fun looking at those dollar silver notes because we realized that the plate number and the position on the plate are on each one of those, which is kind of cool. I never realized that before. Good to see a specialist. Uh-oh. Hopefully it's not too serious. Going to Kelly. Congrats, Kelly. All right. So that was the 5 kwacha. Next up is 1980 to 88 20 kwacha uncirculated for $2 from Zambia. Going to Kelly. Congrats, Kelly. And then 1991 100 kwacha uncirculated note from Zambia. Going to Hidden. Congrats, Hidden. Hidden beat you on that one, Kelly. All right. I'm sure I'll get one again, don't worry. I might have another one. I can look if you want me to. Next up is 1962 100 Bolivianos from Bolivia. I'm going for $2. Anybody? Never saw the kwacha before. All right, well, good news and bad news. All right, move on from this one. I don't have another 100 and I don't have another 20. But I do have an uncirculated 50 from 1986. All right, that's going to Kelly. Let me put it on the list real quick. 1986. 50 kwacha. Zambia. Uncirculated. $2. Alrighty. And then I do also have a 500 uncirculated. Oh wait, that's Zimbabwe. That's not Zambia. That's $500 Zimbabwe. Do you still want it? You can have it if you want it. Hey, Aaron. So it's not a kwacha from Zambia, Kelly. It's Zimbabwe. You do want it? Okay. Let me put that on there real quick. It's $500. Zimbabwe. Banknote. Uncirculated. $2. Alright, cool. Hey, 9 dimes. Do I have any other Zimbabwe? I think that was it. I think it was the only one. But I'll double check. Give me 1 sec. See, Vietnam, Mongolia, Brazil, Guinea-Bissau, Mongolia, Indonesia, Oman, Argentina, Japanese Philippines, more Mongolia, more Argentina, China. Hey, I have a Zimbabwe. Guinea-Bissau. And Yugoslavia. Tell you to fall. Knock it off. Alright, I do have one more from Zimbabwe. This is the $1 from 2007. Uncirculated. She's just probably still spendable. Going to 9 dimes. All right, let me put this on the list real quick. 2007, $1. Zimbabwe. Uncirculated, $2. All right. Yeah, I agree on the artwork on the banknotes. They're so much more interesting than U.S. notes. All right, back to our normal scheduled items. All right, Bolivia didn't sell. If anybody wants that Bolivia, let me know. Next up, I got 2 of these available. These are a bit better banknotes, higher value. These are 1977 5 sucras from Ecuador, uncirculated. These are $6 each. One going to Kelly. Any takers on the other? These are closely together too. That's serial numbers 111348. This one is 49. That one's 52. So one to Kelly. Anybody on the second? I'll do you both for 10. Both going to Kelly for 10. You are very welcome. Next up, we got one from Turkey. I didn't take it from a turkey. It's from the country Turkey. 1970, 1,000 lira. Going for $2. Of course, it's from Turkey, so you got to have the onion hat. Going to Kelly. Congrats, Kelly. Not as big as Suleiman's onion hat, I would imagine. It's the country your mom and dad are from. Cool. Anybody doesn't know who Suleiman is? Suleiman was the guy that founded the country of Turkey. And then next up, we got a couple Argentinas. Actually on the list, not counting the ones I got over there. Got 1983-84, so a 2-year design, 1 peso, uncirculated for $2. Going to Kelly. Congrats, Kelly. And then that was the 1 peso. Then we've also got $1983 to $85. So a 3-year design, 50 peso. Uncirculated for $2. Going to Kelly. Congrats, Kelly. Well, Suleiman was the guy that founded Turkey before it got toppled and became the Ottoman, and then it got refounded again later on as a new Turkey. So Suleiman was the many years ago when like the Byzantine Empire was still around. All right, medallions. All right, for medallions, the American History Series, the Indiana State Numismatic Association, and the Ronald Reagan Trial Proof are all went in pre-sale. So we are kicking off with 1882 Carson City Morgan dollar silver-plated replica. Going for $5 to Kelly. Congrats, Kelly. And then 1893. Carson City Morgan design silver-plated proof replica. Going to Kelly. Nope, not the real one. A lot of people would never be able to afford the real one. So you have the real proof? $1885 Carson City Morgan replica silver-plated proof. Going for $5. Anybody? Going to Kelly. And then 1878 Carson City silver-plated proof replica. Going to Kelly. You're getting the whole collection today. Congrats. All right, and then the last one of these particular type for tonight. 1900 O over CC. Going to Kelly. This one I've actually had the real coin available a couple of times on these streams. I come across them every now and again. All right, and then we got 1973 Samuel Adams and Patrick Henry bicentennial medallion, first day of issue, still in the envelope. Going to Kelly. Congrats, Kelly. Okay. And then 1975. Paul Revere bicentennial. Also going to Kelly. Congrats and congrats. right, and then the Arizona state tax tokens went in pre-sale. So we are on to coinage. World Silver. Kicking off is the 1971 10 marca from Finland. 50% silver BU, 15 bucks. Nice big coin. Focus. Anybody? All right, moving on. And then we got two of these available. These are 1975 10 marcas. These are both gem BUs. And they're 20 bucks each. Man, no love for Finland silver with you guys. All right, moving on. Maybe one of those countries I just have to quit getting because nobody seems to ever want it. What y'all got against Finland, huh? Next up. $1976 100 shillings from Austria. It's from the 76 Olympics, 64% silver, extremely fine, 16 bucks. It's from my birth year. Have to get me one of these eventually, so I have it for my birth year. I don't got one in my collection. Anybody? All right, moving on to Mexico. $1976 is my birth year. All right, the 1843 half real went in pre-sale. So Mexico is kicking off with 1953, 25 centavos. Aw, thank you. That's awesome of you, Kelly. I appreciate that. I do. And because it was a gift, I will never get rid of it. I don't sell gifts. Ever. Unless, like, you know, it's the difference between me having a home or not. And even then, I'll do everything that I can to not have to do it. All right, anybody on to Mexico? 1953, 25 centavos, 30% silver AU. Glare. It's not bad, $3 for an AU. Do I have any elephants tonight? Not that I'm aware of. All right, moving on to the 1962 1 peso, 10% silver AU for $5. All right, moving on. All right, I dropped the price on this one for tonight. I was originally asking $28 for this one. Tonight I'm doing it for $24. It is the 53 5 peso. 72% silver BU. $4 off my original asking price. I'm going for $24. That is a gorgeous coin. Going to Aaron. Congrats, Aaron. Bin. Alright, and then the last one from Mexico. Also going for 24 bucks tonight is the 1968 25 peso. 72% silver, beautiful BU. $24. Pretty close to being a proof like on the back there. I'm not specifically working on anything other than that right now. It's mainly just like, you know, if we get something that happens to be good and we don't have it, then I throw it in our collection. Bundle deal for the rest of Mexico. I can knock $3 off. So it'd be it would have been $32. It'd be 29. It's the lowest I can go on them without losing money. You got it, sir. The last of Mexico's are going to Doug. Congrats, sir. Yeah, we had our wheat collection at one point to where all we needed was the SVDB and the 14D. And then we had to sell them, so I've been slowly working on rebuilding that collection. All right, next up we have one coin from New Zealand. It is the 1939 3 pence. 50% silver AU. Going for $10. To Aaron. Congrats, Aaron. I just got some new older New Zealand in, so that'll be coming soon. All right, on to Britain. All right, the 1842 4 pence went in pre-sale. Oh, we're still missing a lot for rebuilding it. I did just get the 31S replaced. That was my latest item that I got in there. It's a nice one too. It's like I mean, it's not like a, you know, super high grade, but I think it's like a VF. All right, so we are kicking off Britain with see 1924 6 pence. 50% silver in fine, $4. 100-year-old coin. as of this year. Anybody? You want to see it? I can grab it real quick. You want a Super Bird quarter? What's a Super Bird quarter? I'm not familiar with that. All right, moving on. To the 1942 sixpence. 50% silver BU. Going for 14. Glare. This one's very shiny. Glaring out the camera. Eagle on the 52 that has an S on the chest. Oh, cool. I've never seen one of those. Anybody? 14 bucks BU. All right, moving on. To Florins. Kicking off with the 1923. 50% silver in VG, 8 bucks. $101 old for that coin. All right, moving on. To the 1939. VF, 8 bucks. Toughest U.S. coin that all collectors want, what would it be? My guess would be probably the chain penny. That chain cent. If not, then probably the $17.94. $44 steel cent. Yeah, that'd be nice. The 64 piece dollar, that's not even... Has it even ever been confirmed that those exist? And that they were real? Isn't that still up for debate? All right, moving on. To the 1941 EF for $8. Did Superman even exist in 1952? What year did the first comic come out for Superman? $22 high relief peach dollars are actually not that hard to come by. And they're not that expensive. If you're not looking for a BU, you can get a good VF for like 150, 170 bucks. If you shop well enough. As soon as you go to EF, then it jumps to like 500 bucks. I've sold a couple of the high reliefs. All right, moving on. Man, no love for Britain. Next up, we got two of these available. These are 1942s. They are both AUs. And they're 12 bucks each. Now the king has cancer. Isn't he relinquishing the throne to what? I think it's Prince Andrew. All right, moving on. 1938 was the first issue of Superman. Was it that long ago? Wow. I didn't think it was that long. Come on, work for me. Thank you. All right, and the last one from Britain is 1921 Half Crown. 50% silver VG, 10 bucks. Get back over here. All right, if anybody wants a bundle for all of these, I can knock off, let's see, 1, 3, 4, 5, 9. 17. I can knock $9 off the top if anybody wants it all as the bundle. Which would be so it would have been 76 to begin with. So minus $9, $67 for all of it. If anybody wants all of it as a bundle. Yeah, I know he is right now, but I think I saw an article that he's going to be relinquishing the throne to Prince Andrew. I think they should just absolve the monarchy. William and Edward agree. They've been trying to get the family to do it. Man, even for a bundle, nobody wants it. All right. Moving on. Oh, Richard's taking the deal. Congrats, Richard. All right, let me get these all changed. All right. All right. Next up. One coin from Israel. Which is the 1966 5 Liret. 90% silver, AU, $18. This one has edge print. It's got this cool, like, concave design to it, kind of like the baseball and basketball $50 and the couple others. It's got almost like a bowl dip. Anybody? What is the melt on this thing alone? Hang on. Give me 1 sec. If I go yellow for a second, bear with me. 1966, 5 lira. Oops. Israel. God. Current melt value alone on this coin is $16.41. Hey, Sandigger. So you're getting this coin at less than $2 over melt. Just so you can see I'm not yanking your chain. Where'd it go? There you go. Israel 5 lira. Melt value $16.41. At less than $2 over melt and an AU. How can you beat that? And going to Doug. Congrats, Doug. Wait till silver hits $25 and then this coin will be worth more than what you paid for it just in melt. Right, next up, I got 2 coins from Venezuela. For those of you that like the South American coinage. Hoping to eventually find those, the big Venezuelan 5 bolivars again. I have not been able to find those in like 2.5 years. 1961 Bolivar, 83.5% silver toned EF. That's a really cool toning. Starting to get that black silver tone around the edge. It gives it a very vintage look. That is neat. Anybody? All right, moving on. All right, and then the other coin from Venezuela tonight. 1936, 2 bolivars. 83.5% silver in good, $10. moving on. Next up, we got 3 from Australia. The land down under. And that is going to kick off with the 1939 sixpence. 92.5% silver VF, $4. Sterling silver. Anybody? All right, moving on to the 1943 S shilling. 925 sterling. AU $7. Here, the estimate mark is right down below the sheep head there. Alright, moving on. And then the last one from Australia. These are getting harder to come by. These older Australias. This is the 1931 florin. 925 sterling silver VF, $15. Anybody? All right, moving on. All right, next up, we got 2 from France. France is another country that's getting harder to find. $19.05, 2 francs. 83.5% silver and fine. It's got that cool dark toning going on. Going for $8. $119-year-old coin. And then we've also got the 1909 2 franc in VF for $12. If anybody wants both, I'll do both for 16. That saves you $4. That's a good deal right there. An 05 and an 09. And nobody. All right, moving on. And still only 5 people on. I don't think I've even hit double digits yet today. All right, all the Netherlands went in pre-sale, so we got 2 Canadas coming up next. This is the 1950 10-cent, 80% silver and fine. And the 1943 25-cent and fine. 3 and 4 or $6 for both. If you want both, just say bin both. And you get the $1 off. Glare. Anybody? All right, moving on. All right, last 2 for World Silver. We got the 1920 half franc Switzerland. 83.5% silver AU. $8. And suddenly everybody went silent. All right, moving on. Last World Silver coin, 1939, 5 francs. 83.5% silver, VF, $15. From Switzerland. This one's got edge print. All right, moving on. All right, if anybody decides you want any of that world silver that didn't sell, let me know. Get everything over. Over. All right. All right, I am going to take a quick bathroom break, and then we will be back with U.S. coins. We got U.S. large cents. We've got Seated Liberty stuff. We got a cat bust. So stick around. I will be right back. Alright, I am back. Alright, since Hidden requested to see it, here's my 31S. Big surprise, I got it from Rick. So it is a VF. I got it for $100. That is it.
Hi, Hidden.
Oh, if everybody wants a quick chance.
Hi, guys.
Everybody can say hi to Angela. Let me put that away real quick. Alrighty. U.S. coinage.
I'm surprised no one said hi back.
I guess nobody likes you anymore.
Whatever.
No, I'm not selling that one. That one's mine. And now Angela's bummed out because nobody said hi. Meanies.
Everybody always said hi to me. Oh, but that's...
I can always see if he's got another one. Hidden said hi. Alright. Kicking off is 1813. Classic head. Sandigger said hi.
Hi.
It is in pour and hold, which is why it's only $25. But still an 1813.
Ow.
Anybody? I do have some wiggle room on this one if anybody wants to make an offer. Shift this over a little bit. Alright, moving on. Next up, Here's the 1816 Coronet head. And fine, $60. It's got that dark chocolate look to it. Makes it hard to get the light to light it up. Anybody? Well, this is going to be a long stretch if nobody's interested in large cents. Alright, moving on. Because that's like the next 20 lots. Next up, 1816 Coronet head and VG, $35. Any wiggle room on which one? On the 16? Yeah, I've got a little wiggle room on it. Lowest I could go on it would be like 45. All right, going to Aaron for $45 on that 1816 fine. All right, anybody for the VG version at 35? I can go 20 on it. Do I have your info? Mega Silver Sagger, have you sent me your info? If not, you need to. I do have it. Okay. Theoretically, I should have a card for you. Which I don't. Alright, give me one sec. Oh, is that you, Henry? Is that your new channel name? Oh. Alright. How you been? I didn't realize that was you. Good to see you, man. I need to find a marker real quick. Give me a sec. So I can write your new name on the card. Mega Silver Stacker. All right. Next up. All right, I'm going to call this my my tax relief deal for you guys. All right, we've got the 1817 13 stars coronet head in VG for 35 bucks. And we also have its much rarer and more expensive counterpart, the 15 stars in fine for 120. If anybody wants to get both, I'll do both for 110. And Aaron is taking that deal. Congrats, Aaron. Hang on, I gotta do some math real quick. Oh, I already have a calculator up. Oops, go away. Okay, so you got 45 bucks off total. So I'm just going to mark the 15 star one as 75. That way the math adds up. There we go. All right. Got it. All right, next up. Is the 1819 over 8 large date coronet head in VG for 35 bucks. Give me a second, I will show you. Zoom. All right, if you guys see that little line in between the bottom of the hook on the 9 and going up to the circle on the 9, that is the other piece of the 8. And then also just above to the right of the 9, you can see a tiny piece of it as well. So that is the repunch date. 9/8. Going for $35. I can't go that low, man. I've already got this at less than half of list value. I could go 30. That'd be the lowest I could go. All right. Going to the artist formerly known as Henry for 30. Gratzer. Next up. Same year. This one is the 1819 small dates in VG for $30. You're very welcome. Anybody? All right, moving on. All right, 1920 went in pre-sale. Next up is 1820 or 1822. This one's in a good for $30. All right, moving on to the 1825. Something a good. It does have some scratches on the reverse, so I have it priced as an about good at $20. That's the scratch right there. So just $20 for this coin because of that. All right, moving on to the 1827 coronet head. This one is in a good for 40. Oh yeah, for anybody who didn't notice, Silver Nitrate's back to streaming again. Alright, moving on to the 1828 large narrow date. In a VG for 35. Alright, moving on to 1829 large letters. This one's gonna fine for 60 bucks. Uh-oh, hopefully it goes better. Alright, moving on to 1831 medium letters. Coronet head, large cent in VG, 30 bucks. That's on the plastic, that's not on the coin, whatever that bright spot is. Alright, moving on. 1832 medium letters. This one's in a good 30 bucks. Actually surprised Richard isn't picking these all off with how low price I've got them. Alright, moving on to the 1834 small 8. VG, 30 bucks. Oh, all good, man. moving on to the 1837 small letters in a VG for 30. I don't know. I think it's just a small 8. So I was looking on PCGS when I was going through these all. It had it for just a small 8. Alright, moving on. I don't know, there's the letters. And there's the stars. All right, next one. This is the one that Hidden was asking about at the beginning. This is the 1839 booby head. And the only way you can tell the booby head is that little indent right there is much more pronounced. On the regular head, that's almost flat. And this one is a VG. Going for 80 bucks. Get off there, hair. Get off there. Go away. All right, moving on. To the 1840 small date. This is a braided hair in fine. 35 bucks. I think it's a borderline VF. It's a good thing he made sure to throw in there, don't eat people, because, you know, somebody might have not caught that on their own. Well, you're talking about the difference between natural sugar and processed white sugar. Natural sugar is fine. Beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. Your arteries must love you. It's high. Fruit has a lot of sugar, but it's natural sugar. Well, I know it still breaks down into sugar, but it's not like processed. Your body's able to break it down easier because it is not processed. And unless you're diabetic and can't produce your own insulin, your body is designed to handle sugar. Oh yeah, concentrated fruit juice is worse than soda. All right, next up, 1840 small date. It does have some damage on the reverse, so it's priced as a good 18 bucks. And the damage is just that scratch right there. Anybody? I mean, I'm still gonna eat fruit. I don't care. I like fruit. What's the point of living an extra 5 or 10 years if you're not able to have anything that you enjoy? Hey, I'm not taking anything away from meat. I'm absolutely a carnivore. I got T-bones sitting in my freezer waiting to be cooked. I freaking love steak. Steak and burgers and all that stuff. All right, moving on. I mean, that might be, but it's up to each person on their own to decide what makes them happy. You only get one life, so whatever makes you happy in your personal life, as long as it's not hurting somebody else. So this one does have the filled hole, so it's priced as a good. It's going for 15 bucks. moving on to the 1843 mature head. This one's in a VG. It's only 300 estimated survival in all grades on this coin. Going for 35 bucks. All right, moving on. 1845. Braided hair. VG. Does have that ding on the nose right there. So because that it's priced as a good, 15 bucks. It's a heck of a good price on this one if you don't mind a ding on the nose. Yeah, but here's the question, Kelly. Would the horse make it to the water? Or would you shoot the horse and eat the horse because you're a mad carnivore? You said animal fat. You didn't specify. All right, moving on. To an 1846 small date. This one's in a VF, going for 35. Got that dark toning going on. I'd try horse meat once. Why not? I'm not one of those people that differentiates between if an animal's cute or not. Meat is meat. Yep, we were hunter-gatherers. And guess what the gatherers were gathering? They were gathering fruit and berries.
Pigs are cute.
Pigs are cute, but pigs also make bacon.
And ham.
Yep, and ham and pork chops and pork ribs and pork loin and lots of yummy stuff. You had a camel burger? Was it good? In Asia, they still eat cats and dogs. All right, moving on. I think the most exotic type of thing I've had is when I was a kid in elementary school, I got to try elephant jerky. Next up is 1850 VG, 18 bucks. I do remember from the elephant jerky, it was quite greasy. Honestly, when it comes down to it, diet is equal to whatever your exercise is. As long as you're burning at least 1,500 calories a day more than what you eat, you're going to stay in shape. Well, yeah, the lifestyle would be the exercise part. All right, moving on. To 1851. This one's in a good for 18 bucks. Oh, you don't have to agree with me. No biggie. Like I said, everybody should be able to live the way they want. You do you. You go try the yak burger next time? Where are you going to be able to try these things? Well, longevity also has to do with genetics. Unfortunately. I have lots of people in my family line that made it past 100 years old, so I've got a bit up in that one. I want to try alligator so much. I've heard it is like the best meat. I really want to try it. There's one place here in town you can occasionally buy it, but it's like crazy expensive. All right, moving on. To the 1855 upright 5.5 in fine for 35 bucks. Gator meat tastes like greasy chicken. I wouldn't mind giving it a go. I want to try rattlesnake too. It's pretty bad. I live in Arizona in the Sonoran Desert. I have never come across a snake. The whole time I've lived here. And I've been here since 1997. I've never come across a snake. I know they're out there. I've just never come across one. All right, moving on. Last of the large cents. It's probably a good thing since there's been only a barely bit of interest in the beginning. 1856 slanted 5 in fine. Going for 30 bucks. Yeah, isn't hunting pythons there for their meat? Isn't that, you don't even need any kind of a license or anything? You can just go get as many as you want? Because they're trying to get the python population under control? Because they're an invasive species? If anybody wants a bundle deal on all of these, let me know. I can figure out a bundle deal for all of these if anybody wants it. Python hunt once a year in the Everglades. I would think they just let anybody get whatever they want, since they want them gone so bad. It's like in what is it, Texas, with the wild boars. They're open game because they just want them gone. Snake, emu, alligator, bison. Bison is really good. Ostrich. I've never had ostrich eggs. There's a place here in, like just outside of town that sells them. I just never went and got one yet. And they had ostrich burgers at Fuddruckers for a while, but by the time I started working there, they gotten rid of it because it just wasn't a popular enough. Oh, I prefer buffalo over beef too because it just tastes so much better, but it's way more expensive. Yeah, quail eggs are very, very tiny. You need like 30 of them for an omelet. All right, next up. Oops, did not mean to whack the camera. Next up is an 1857 Flying Eagle. This one is in VF for 60 bucks. Of course, on the flip side of that, an ostrich egg, you're going to need like 5 people. You need 1856 Flying Eagle. Those are expensive. Even low grade, those are expensive. I could probably get you one, Kelly, but it ain't going to be cheap. Everything you need is expensive. Yeah, it kind of gets to that point with coin collecting. You get to the point where you need those key dates, and you're just looking at the prices, and you're like, ugh. All right, moving on. Next up, we got 2 of these available. I started off with like 10 of these, and now we have 2. They're 1909 VDBs, AU Browns. 15 bucks each. $400 for 2 pills. Yeah, just one of Angela's injections is $7,000. And she has to get it. Every other month. So it's got some cool wood tone on it. Anybody? Man, AU 09 VDBs and nobody wants them. All right, moving on. Next up, 2017 Enhanced Edition. Graded by NGC. 70 red. 20 bucks. Anybody? That is a perfect coin. For less than the price of grading plus shipping, not even to count the insurance you have to put on it. All right, moving on. All right, it's getting up on 9 o'clock here, guys, so I'm going to start going through these faster. All right, this one, I dropped the price on it for tonight by 15 bucks. 1870 Shield Nickel VF. It's also got a lamb error on the reverse, which is over here. It was originally 60 bucks. And that wasn't even adding anything on for the lamb error. That's just the price for the VF. So 45 bucks, this thing's a steal as a VF. That's a typo. It's 1870. There. All better. All right, moving on. To the 2001 Proof Nickel. $2. The Lincoln Cent Sandigger. You're bending the Lincoln cent, the graded one? Alright, moving on. To the 2017 Enhanced Edition Nickel. Graded a 70 for 20 bucks. Alright, moving on. God, I can't type tonight. Alright, next up, I got 3 of these available. At $5 each. Okay, yeah. All right. Yep, you got the penny, sir. Penny going to San Diego. All right, so these are 90% silver Peroofs. They are $5 each. Three available. If anybody wants all 3, I'll do it for $12. All right, moving on. Guessing Richard fell asleep because normally he'd be all over deals like that. Next up is 2003 Silver Proof. $5. It's got some cool toning on it. Got like some reddish orange on his face. All right, moving on. And last lot for the dimes. Is the Perfect 70 Score 225th Anniversary 2017. 20 bucks. All right, moving on. To the 1853 Arrows and Rays. Seated Liberty Quarter. And a VG for 35. All right, moving on. To the 1876 Seated Liberty. It is VF, but it is hold, so its price is a VG. But it's got VF details on there. I do have wiggle room on this one if anybody wants to make an offer. Tell you what, if anybody wants both these, I'll do both for 50 bucks. That makes this one 15 bucks. All right, moving on. The 1902 Barber. In good, 7 bucks. moving on. To the 1926 Standing Liberty. In a VG for 8. All right, moving on. All right, next one up, I got 2 available. These are the 98 silver proofs at $8 each. If anybody wants both, I'll do it for 12. They're 98 silver proofs. It's right there in chat, dude. They're there. $12 if you want both, or $8 individually. Are you seeing any of my chats, or did you block me? Because it should be the last 2 chats I put up. Ah, gotcha. All right, moving on. All right, next up. I'm going to give you guys a couple of good deals on these tonight. These are all the 2001 silver proof state quarters. So normally I would do these as $50 for the year. Tonight I will do it $45 for the year. Makes them $9 each. You got it, Henry. 98's going to Henry for the deal. You're welcome, sir. Anybody on these? Here's your New York, Vermont, North Carolina, Rhode Island, and Kentucky. For 45 bucks for all of them for tonight only. Normally I would do 50 bucks for all. That saves you $15. All right, moving on to the 2003s. I'm going to give you the guys the same deal for tonight only. You got Maine, Arkansas, Alabama, Missouri, and Illinois. Here's your Maine. Again, all 90% silver proofs. Arkansas, Alabama, Missouri, and Illinois. All right, moving on. All right, and then from the 2017 Enhanced Edition quarters, the Frederick Douglass went in pre-sale. So we still got the effigy mounds. Every single one of these is graded a 70. Anybody? And I'm not bundling these, so I've already got these at wholesale. Wild finish. I always like these. I don't think they got enough credit. I think they look cool. I will say, though, if they wanted them to do better at the mint, they should have done them at a silver. All right. Have a good night, man. Thanks for coming out. Did you want me to hold your package? Or do you want it shipped? All right, moving on. All right, we're on to $50. Kicking off with the 1825 capped bust half. It's got VF details, but it does have the hole, so I've got a price as a VG. 89.2% silver. 85 bucks. If that hole wasn't there, this coin would be almost $300. So if you want a much cheaper alternative of a nice details cap bust half, here you go. All right, moving on. To the 1854 Arrows at Date Seated Liberty half. This one's in a good at 50 bucks. All right, moving on. Oh, going to Aaron. Congrats, Aaron. Next up, the 1893 Colombian Expo half. VF, it is cleaned. So for that reason, it's only 14 bucks. Need it for a typeset. Hey, now you got it. Do you need one of these for a typeset? All right, moving on. Two seat of dollars. Next up, 1902 Barber half. This one's in a good for 16 bucks. All right, moving on. To the 95 S Olympic basketball commemorative proof half dollar. Only 169,655 of these were made. Over 12 bucks. All right, moving on to the 2017 S 225th Kennedy dollar, or Kennedy half dollar. And again, perfect score 70. 20 bucks. Going to Sandigger. Congrats, sir. You got it last time? All right, and second to last lot of the night. 1944 Philadelphia Vietnam Memorial 90% silver commemorative proof dollar. 227,000 of these, well, 227.6 thousand of these ever made. Going for $40. The only way you were able to get these at 94 was you had to buy a 3-coin set, and this was one of them. All right, moving on. Last lot, 2007 P&D Jefferson presidential dollars, platinum plated. It's the platinum edition. $4. Have a good night, man. All right. All right, recap is going to be really fast tonight. So if anybody wants anything, speak up. All right, the only world banknote that was left was the Bolivia for $2. 1962 100 Bolivianos. And then all of the silver notes are still available. There's one 1935 and then 8 57s. All for $3 each. All right, all 3 coins from Finland are still available, the silver coins. We got both Venezuelas, all 3 Australias, both France, both Canada, both Switzerland. Anybody want any of that? Any of the world silver? All right, large cents. The U.S. large cents. We still got the 1813, 1819, 1822, 25, 27, 28 narrow date, or large narrow date. The 29 large letters, 31 medium letters, 32 medium letters, 34 small 8. 37 small letters, 39 booby head, 40 small date, 2 of them. We have fine and then one that's good. And 1842 large date, 1843 mature head, 45 braided hair, VG. The 46 small date. 1850, 51, 55, upright 55, 1856, slanted 5. Did anybody want any of those? I also said if anybody wants all of them, I'll do a bundle on it. Or 1857 Flying Eagle VF. And both of the 1909 VDB AU Browns. Anybody? All right, nickels. We've got the 1870 Shield Nickel VF. The 2001 Jefferson Clad Proof. And the 2017 S Jefferson Nickel 225th at the perfect score of 70. Anybody on the nickels? All right, the dimes. We've got all 398 silver proofs. The 2003 silver proof. And the 2017 S 225th enhanced. Perfect score 70. Anybody on the dimes? All right, quarters. 1853 Arrows and Rays. Seated Liberty. 1876 Seated Liberty. 1902 Barber. 1926 Standing Liberty. 298 Silver Proofs. The 2001 and 2003 Silver Proof State Quarters. And then the 2017 225th Anniversary Enhanced. All perfect 70s. Anybody on the quarters? All right, $half. 1825 Cat Bust. 1893 Colombian Expo. The 1902 Barber. 95S Olympic Basketball Commemorative. Anybody on those? Oh yeah, he did get the quarters. So the 98 quarters aren't available. My bad. All right, and then, of course, the $half and the dollars that you guys just saw. All right, if that's going to be it, just a reminder, I'll be on Saturday. I'm going to start the penny box, finally. Doing the roll hunting. And I will also do the giveaway from the one sellout we had last month. As well as the smaller monthly giveaway. So, fortunately, tonight we didn't even come anywhere near close to being a giveaway, so nothing added to the big pot. So, alright, everybody have a great night. I'm going to get out of here. As always, give me a bit to get the invoices out.